On a tranquil autumn afternoon, Carmen, a photographer passionate about nature, decides to explore the dense forest near her town, seeking to capture the hidden beauty of the sunset among the trees. With her camera in hand and a sense of adventure pulsing in her heart, she ventures into the unknown, leaving behind the constant noise of everyday life. Walking among the fallen leaves, Carmen feels a deep connection with the environment around her. Every sound, every ray of light filtered through the treetops makes her feel part of something greater, something magical and untouched. It is in this moment of contemplation and peace that she hears, for the first time, a strange sound, a kind of call that seems both a whisper and a distant scream. Driven by curiosity and an inexplicable feeling of familiarity, she follows the sound, venturing further into the forest. As the sun begins to set, the sound guides her to a clearing where she spots a figure that, at first glance, appears to be a strangely large bird perched solitarily on a high branch. The sound emanating from this creature is both beautiful and disturbing, and Carmen feels a shiver run down her spine. Intrigued and somewhat apprehensive, she decides to approach, wielding her camera, ready to capture the image of that fascinating being. However, as she approaches, the sound becomes unbearable, a piercing sharpness that seems to echo inside her head, causing intense pain. Carmen screams, covering her ears with her hands, the camera falling to the ground, forgotten. Struggling against the pain, she realizes, too late, that this was no ordinary bird. There was something deeply wrong and dangerous about that creature. In her moment of greatest vulnerability, Carmen collapses, consciousness fading as the world around her darkens. The last thought passing through her mind is a mixture of regret and fascination for the unknown that led her there. Darkness envelops Carmen like a heavy cloak, but the feeling of faintness gives way to an abrupt awakening. Her eyes slowly open, and she finds herself lying in the same clearing, now bathed in the silver light of the moon. The pain in her ears has subsided, but the silence of the forest is unsettling. She rises, trembling, and realizes that the strange creature has disappeared, leaving behind only unanswered questions. Confused and still frightened, Carmen retrieves her camera from the ground, noting that the lens is shattered, a tangible reminder of the danger she faced. She decides she needs help, and that this mystery is too great to face alone. With a heavy heart, she marks the spot with a scarf tied to a nearby branch and hurries back to town, determined to seek the help of Amy, her best friend and partner in less perilous adventures. Arriving in town, Carmen finds Amy at her home, a small cozy library filled with books on unsolved mysteries and natural phenomena. Amy listens with a mixture of concern and fascination as Carmen recounts her experience. Initially skeptical, Amy cannot deny the sincerity in Carmen's eyes, nor the evidence of the camera's damage. Together, they formulate a plan. Armed with flashlights, spare cameras, and fierce determination, they decide to return to the clearing under the protection of daylight. They hope to find some explanation for the mysterious sound and the creature that nearly cost Carmen her sanity. But as they prepare, Amy reveals an intriguing discovery from her readings. Ancient stories from the region mention a guardian of the forest, a creature that protects the secrets of nature and is rarely seen by humans. Though both know such legends are mere fables, the coincidence with Carmen's experience is unsettling. They set out at dawn, armed with curiosity and a hint of fear, unaware that the day would hold more surprises than they could imagine. The journey back to the clearing is tense, but the morning sun brings a sense of renewal and courage. As they approach, the silence of the forest seems to intensify, as if nature were holding its breath, watching every step taken by the two friends. What they do not know is that they are about to uncover a secret that will forever change the way they see the world around them. Upon reaching the clearing, Carmen and Amy notice a subtle change in the air, a kind of vibration that seems to emanate from the ground. The memory of the guardian of the forest echoes in their minds, but what they find defies any expectation. Where Carmen had seen the strange creature, now lies a small bird chick, clearly injured and in distress. The sight of the vulnerable chick triggers a protective instinct in the two friends. Carmen, remembering the unbearable pain she felt, realizes that the sound that almost brought her down could be a form of defense from the chick's mother, trying to protect her offspring. Moved by compassion, they decide to care for the small creature, momentarily forgetting the dangers surrounding them. With care, Amy uses a piece of her blouse to wrap the chick, while Carmen searches for fruits and water nearby. The careful interaction with the animal creates an unexpected bond between them and nature, revealing a profound emotional connection not only with the chick, but with the forest as a whole. While they care for the chick, a shadow passes quickly over them, followed by a familiar sound, but this time it is not threatening. The mother of the chick appears, a majestic bird with plumage that shines with iridescent tones in the sunlight. The creature watches from a safe distance, her eyes reflecting surprising intelligence and recognition. Understanding that their presence is accepted, Carmen and Amy continue to care for the chick, feeling an indescribable connection with the mother bird. This moment of mutual understanding between humans and animals symbolizes the possibility of harmonious coexistence, respect, and shared learning among different species. When the chick finally proves strong enough, the mother approaches and, with a gesture that almost seems like gratitude, calls her offspring back into the heart of the forest. Carmen and Amy watch in silence, a feeling of admiration and gratitude filling their hearts. They realize that the forest holds mysteries and beauties that go beyond human understanding, and that the shared experience there has changed them forever. With the chick now safe with its mother, Carmen and Amy remain in the clearing, reflecting on the day's events. The sun sets, painting the sky with shades of orange and purple, and the two friends sit, immersed in thought. Do you realize how incredible this was? Amy breaks the silence, her voice filled with admiration. We entered the forest thinking only of unraveling a mystery, but ended up learning so much more. Carmen nods, her eyes fixed on the horizon. Yes, nature has its own way of teaching us about respect, care, and the importance of listening before acting. That sound, so frightening at first, was just a mother trying to protect her chick. Their conversation flows into a discussion about the importance of environmental conservation and respect for wildlife. They recognize that every creature, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem, plays a vital role in the ecosystem and deserves to be protected. I think the real lesson here is about coexistence, says Carmen thoughtfully, about how our actions affect other living beings and the environment. We need to find a balance between our curiosity and the well-being of all forms of life. Amy nods, a smile forming on her lips, and about courage too, the courage to face the unknown, to admit our mistakes and learn from them. Today, both of us showed that it's possible to overcome fear and act with compassion. As the night falls, the two friends decide it is time to return home, carrying with them not only the memory of an unforgettable adventure, but also a deeper understanding of the interconnection between humans and nature. They commit to sharing their story, hoping to inspire others to look at the natural world with respect, admiration, and an open mind. On their way back to civilization, the forest seems different in Carmen and Amy's eyes. Every tree, every sound now carries a deeper meaning, a reminder of the connection they established with nature and its mysterious inhabitants. The full moon illuminates their path, casting dancing shadows that seem to celebrate their newfound understanding of the natural world. The two friends pause for a moment, looking back in the direction of the clearing hidden by dense vegetation. Carmen retrieves a small, spare camera from her backpack and captures the scene, not to document something seen, but to preserve the memory of a lived experience, a reminder of the day fear turned into admiration and respect. This photo will always remind me of our commitment to nature, says Carmen, carefully storing the camera. Continuing on their path, they discuss plans for the future, projects to promote environmental awareness. Inspired by the lesson learned that day, they imagine workshops, photo exhibitions, and even a blog, sharing stories that highlight the beauty and fragility of the natural world, encouraging others to act with consciousness and respect. As they reach the edge of the forest, they are greeted with a spectacular view. The city in the distance, its lights shining under the dark cloak of night, contrasting with the silence and serenity of the surrounding nature. The moment is sublime, a visual reminder of the coexistence of the world created by humans and the natural world, and of the delicate balance that must be maintained between the two. Carmen and Amy embrace, strengthened by the shared adventure and the silent promise to defend what they have discovered to be precious. The last scene of the story shows them walking back to the city, but carrying a piece of the forest in their hearts, transformed and inspired.